everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new and you just happened to stumble across my page. Hi, I'm Mand. I am an oracle card reader based in Ireland, and I love doing these longer form content. I love doing pick a cards here, talking about spirituality. I cover a lot on tarot and oracle decks, so if that's your thing, do hit the subscribe button. Love to have you here. So today's pick a card, we have 3 groups here, each with a crystal on top, and I will explain a little bit about it, but I will put the timestamps below in the description box, so if you want to skip ahead to the group that you've chosen, that's totally fine too. So the way they work is you have 3 groups here to choose from. Each group will have a different message for you. Now these are collective messages, so what I would say is just take what resonates, leave the rest. Feel free to take notes if you want to, that's absolutely fine, but what I would always say is just to follow your own intuition and to know that you are the creator of your own life, okay? So if something is like not resonating, you don't have to take it. Nothing is set in stone here. These are just collective messages. So I will show you the different crystals and then we will get into the messages for each group. So group 1, you have a stunning piece of pyrite, also known as fool's gold. I'm always trying to keep the cards. Group 2 is orchid calcite. It's actually far more orange. Hoping if I block out the light you can see that. It's gorgeous. And group 3 is celestite. This is such a gorgeous crystal. So pause the video if you need to have more time to see where your intuition is going, and let's get into the messages. Hi group 1. So I actually wanted to turn the cards over on camera because I have no idea what cards you have gotten. So I will hopefully remember to put the decks that I've used. We have 5 cards and let's look at them together. Okay, so we have Spirit Guardian of Spring activation. We have Wood Nymph Beauty. We have Queen of Water, Will-o-Wisp, Treasures Hidden in the Shadows, and then we also have Valerian, which is Acceptance. Okay, so let's have a look here at what messages are. Yeah, it looks like a lot, right? So I want to focus on these 3 first, actually, which is interesting. I feel like these 2 go together. I feel like there's an acceptance. Do you see the way these 2, they're very similar, the way their stance is? I really feel this is around accepting of yourself, accepting, like, you know, I feel this could be around body image or how you view yourself, or how you talk to yourself. This is about like how beauty comes from within and really exuberates out. But for a lot of it, I feel, yeah, there's something definitely coming to the forefront here, because we have treasures hidden in the shadows. So there's definitely something that you are hiding, that you are keeping to yourself, that you're not, hold on, yeah, okay, this makes more sense, that you're not sharing with others around you. I do feel like maybe there's something that you've been wanting to work on yourself. This doesn't mean cosmetically, this could mean like internally as well, as a person, like emotional growth and things like that. But I'm really getting the sense of a coming out of sorts, as in, especially with our activation here, there's something that's going to take off, something that is finally happening for you, group 1. I'm really getting the sense of no longer holding yourself back, no longer hiding in the shadows, okay? Because you know, this could be around absolutely working with your shadow self and in like really incorporating that and you know, mixing and melting the 2 together, because, you know, with the beauty here, I feel like there's real beauty to be found when we go through that shadow work. It's like, you know, that whole lotus flower going through difficult times and coming out the end here. But I feel there's definitely it's rocky, it's stormy, you know, because we have the storms here and the electricity, but, you know, it really seems to bring you back to life is what I'm feeling, because we have Queen of Water here, which is tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, loving. So relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition, care for yourself and others. Your energy this week, group 1, is very intense, but like in the best way, right? It's not like there's a big turmoil or anything like that. I really feel there's something new coming in, but it's something you have created. It's not something that the universe, it's the universe has met you, but it's you have created this, you have brought this forward. So I do feel like, yeah, with this thing with leveling up, there's new realms. I keep hearing it's like going to the next stage, right? Going to the next level. But I feel there has to be, this acceptance is really standing out. This acceptance of yourself, this accepting that you are good enough, you are more than capable enough. And I feel there's this hardship because with the shadows here, I'm feeling a sense of not feeling good enough and not, along the lines of like, but I don't know enough, or so and so knows more than me. But you are not them and they are not you. You can bring a different outlook, you can bring a different perspective, you can bring different advices and ideas to the table that that person didn't. This is really about, I feel like, radically accepting yourself as you are. There's nothing that you need to tweak or change. Maybe you want to expand and grow and create, like, yeah, but if it's a case that you're really just nitpicking at yourself, that's the sense I'm getting here, is there's no need to be nitpicking at yourself, because there's definitely something coming in. There's a new, like it says here, a new level. It's like reaching the next stage, going to the next stage. So for a lot of you, this can be around next stage, obviously, in a relationship, it says here, so maybe you are just chatting to somebody and that can develop into a relationship, or maybe you're in a relationship and that can mean engagements, maybe you get married, maybe you're having kids. Everyone is going to be completely different, but I feel this is a huge acceptance of self, right? And really delving in. I feel there's a lot of emotions here because we have a lot of blue, and for me, blue always kind of associates with the emotions and how we're feeling. So this is really about checking in with yourself this week, group 1, and make sure that you're looking after yourself and to not be so hard on yourself, right? There's no need to tweak certain things. I could have done that better, by point of a second. I mean, in all honesty, you were doing amazing. I feel like you're not giving yourself enough credit for that. So I hope that resonates, group 1. Have a lovely week ahead, and I will chat to you next week. Hi, group 2. So these are your cards, and just like group 1, I have no idea what cards you got, right? So I am going to show you, each group has 5 cards anyway, so we have 2 of these insisting on coming out, just like for every group. So I'm going to turn them around and we're going to chat about like what messages are coming up and what I'm feeling for this group for the week ahead. So we have Forest Temple, Enlightenment, Dragon, Power. Ooh. This is a high energy already, group 2. We have 5 of Air. Okay. We've Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. And then we have Weaver, Lavender Weaver. Okay, group 2. So, okay, I feel like, because with the moving out of stagnation, I really feel this is a movement of energy for a lot of you in group 2. I really feel it's, finally with that, especially with this new moon energy that we have, that you're finally moving out of an area where you feel stuck, right? I feel for a lot of you that the last couple of weeks you might have been feeling, drained of energy, tired, maybe sleeping more than normal, maybe eating and drinking more because you're just trying to replenish that energy that's feeling like it feels like it's not there, right? And just feeling stuck. And then when we feel stuck, we feel hard on ourselves because we're like, well, we're not feeling motivated, so we're not doing anything. And then there's that whole feeling guilty. So there's just this whole thing here with the energy that has been. And I feel like we're moving in, this is like blowing that away, right? You're going to start this week going, okay, I'm not having a repeat of last week, right? So what can I do that is going to move me out of that, right? And then we have like the forest, temple, enlightenment, and we have dragon and power. And I feel these two are like really interconnected because we have the light, right? So for a lot of you, I really feel this is one of these aha moments, right? Something is coming to the light, something has like popped into your head, and you know, especially with this power, I really feel there's a sense of stepping into your own power and bringing that forward and having that confidence and courage. And I really feel, yeah, with this heart chakra lighting up, you're following your heart, you're following, excuse me, what feels right for you, okay? Because we're moving away from that like stagnant energy, right? You're not feeling stuck anymore, so you're feeling more motivated. There's more get up and go. You might have to push yourself a little bit to kind of move past this, but for a lot of you, I'm really getting the sense that it's like a now or never. That's what I keep hearing. It's like now or never. So it doesn't mean that even if you don't move now that you're not going to, but it's kind of like really now is a good time to get up and move and step into it, because there's definitely like there's study here. I'm feeling a sense of like learning and like, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? There's definitely, yeah, I'm getting that sense of like spiritual enlightenment, right? That whole, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not coming to me. It'll come back to me. But I really do feel a sense of power within yourself to excuse me, create, but not feeling guilty when you need to rest. Yeah, that because with her lying here, knowing that you're protected, knowing that you're being guided, because we have the 5 of air, so it's an unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation, reviews everyone's motive. So I feel for a lot of it oh, excuse me, blocked throat chakra, maybe you're not speaking up, you're not feeling heard. I do feel, you know, especially here, so we have a group of unicorns. This is a gorgeous card. There's just a lot of people, a lot of voices, you know, too many strong characters that are trying to voice their opinions in your life. And I feel like, yeah, that's where that whole draining of energy is coming from, because we're the weaver. So this is really down to what I always say, like, you're the creator of your own life, so you get to choose, you get to make the choice of what it is you're creating. Like for a lot of you, because we have lavender, so lavender is very calm, very soothing. So I feel that sense of wanting to calm and soothe your life, right? But you can't do it when you have all these voices and noise, like not voices, but like people in your ear, right? And they're all kind of coming at you. So I really feel the sense of like creating that calm, and like don't be afraid to take a rest when you need to, okay? Because I do feel there's an aha moment here. There's that sense of awakening to your own power, your own abilities, and yeah, there's like a door opening. Okay, so you're moving forward, you're moving in the right direction, but you're the one that's doing it, right? And that's how it always works. You know, don't be under any impression that something's going to grab us by the hand and lead us all the way. It's not. It's us following that guidance, but it is us leading the way. So you are the weaver, you are the creator, you get to create the life that you want. Do you want all that chaos and noise and loudness and all that kind of zingy energy that like can be very draining and tiresome? Or do you want to create that more slower, subtler, simpler life, a minimalist life? But they're things you kind of have to answer yourself. But that is your messages for the week, group 2. I really feel a sense of that kind of get up and go. It's peppy. I feel like really there's a lot of pep in your step, and you're definitely, if you're feeling sluggish right now, that, you know, moving into this week, that there's this whole movement of energy. It's just beautiful. So I hope you have a fabulous week, group 2, and I will see you next week, group 3. So here are your cards, and just like the group 1 and group 2, I will turn them over and we will get into what I am seeing and feeling and picking up from the cards for you this week. So we have Eagle Spirit, Freedom, Meandering Path, Flow. Okay. So I do feel a sense here with this freedom and flow. It's like really Following and going with life. We have 6 of Earth. Okay, we have a lot of earthy energy here. Oh, feast of plenty, choices and their consequences. And we have rebirth. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Okay, yeah, so group 3, what I'm feeling is a very earthy sense, right? We have a lot of, like, it feels like a lot of earth energy. Of course, you can't see the last 2 cards, typical. There's a lot of earthy energy. So for some of you might be feeling ungrounded, flighty, kind of a little bit scattered, right? So this, can mean about coming back down. Maybe you're working too highly spiritual, or maybe around a lot of energy that's kind of bringing you nearly too low, so you want to raise your vibration, and connecting with earth, right? Getting out. So the sense I'm getting here for you, I'm really feeling drawn to the 6 of Earth first. So it's give some money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, receiving a loan, or paying off debts. And the 6 of Earth is like our 6 of Pentacles. And I feel for a lot of what I'm getting a sense of, it's like creating that balance between that work-life balance is what I'm getting. Because maybe some of you are working too much and not spending enough time at home, or vice versa. Maybe you're not putting in enough effort and you're not getting where you want, right? So this is really about working your way up that ladder of life, and that's for some people, and that's not, it's not for everyone, and that's completely fine. You're going to be at different stages, but I really feel in the sense, especially with the freedom here, that we have, don't get so caught up in earthly possessions. That is the big sense here. It's like, do not get so caught up in working so hard that you don't have time to, one, enjoy the money that you've been earning, and 2, not being able to spend time with your family because you're too tired by the time you finish your work week. So really, this is about creating flow and freedom, is the sense I'm getting. Really creating that balance within your life, that healthy balance of where you feel you have committed enough to work. For a lot of you, I do feel this kind of around career, which is normally not where I'm taking to, but this is what I'm feeling, because choices and their consequences are coming up. And well, what's that word? I keep saying that, but it's more along the lines of, every action has a reaction, okay? And, every choice has its consequences, has its, benefits too. But, are you making the right choices in your life? Are you really seeing clearly of the things that you want to achieve? Are you doing them for the right reason? I do feel here a sense, especially with this rebirth, that it's a breaking away of the norm. It's recreating on what you already have. It's, some of you absolutely could be birthing a child, but for a lot of you, I feel this is breaking away from the mundane way of life. I feel for a lot of you, this is a different way of living, because there could be consequences to the actions that you have taken so far. But I feel like this can be a heads up. Please don't take it as a bad thing, because I feel like this is giving you a heads up, going, hey, if you don't start making the effort elsewhere, where it needs your effort, where it needs your attention, there's going to be consequences to it. You're going to pay the price. And so, for a lot of you, I feel it's like, don't get so caught up on work. Yes, of course, I get it. We all have to work. We all have to make money. We have to live, right? But don't get so caught up in earning all that money and trying to make a living when you can enjoy your time with your loved ones, with your family, your friends, your partner, whatever may be the case, or even your animals. Maybe you can't even do the things that you love doing. That could be watching a TV show, playing a game. Whatever is the case here, it's just a sense of, it's really time to just wake up from that. Because I do feel a sense for you, group 3, for this week, there's a connection to that higher power, right? It's definitely a sense of really going within and coming out like new, all right? Because we have that rebirth. So I'm really getting the sense of a lot of inner growth. We have that entwining of DNA. So I feel like this is something that has been something you've been trying to break away from for a long time, because it's something that, maybe a parent did, and then a grandparent, and then a great great grandparent, and it has just stemmed down from generations. So we can have a lot of ancestral healing here as well. So you have a lot to unpack, group three, this week, but that's not a bad thing. Sometimes we carry around such heavy luggage that it's time to set it down and unpack it. Sometimes we just have to do that laundry, no matter how many times we push it to the side. So group three, I hope you have a lovely week. Again, take what resonates, leave the rest. And I hope you have a fabulous week ahead, and I will see you all next week. Bye guys.